Are you up on Moon Knight?
I am up on Moon Knight. Yes, that is one of the things on my list.
My thoughts are, why is it called Moon Knight? Shouldn't it be called Mark Spector? Moon Knight's not fucking in it. I feel like I'm watching Boba Fett.
With respect.
Where Boba Fett took 2 episodes off, which actually was good because Boba Fett sucked. And I'd much rather see Mando walking around kicking ass. But Moon Knight does not suck. I wanted to see more Moon Knight. He's had like 11, 12 minutes of actual screen time in this whole fucking movie. I mean, I understand the decision they made. They were like, it's Oscar Isaacs. People love him. Let's get him on screen as much as possible. The women love him. The men love him. But I'm like, fuck that. I'm here to see Moon Knight. Where the fuck is Moon Knight? And like I did a video on him months ago about the like martial arts prep that he did and getting ready for it. What a fucking waste. He hasn't had to do anything. I mean, Jesus Christ, Oscar, I feel bad for you. But anyway, that's my thought.
Well, my thought on that, I think, is most of a Spider-Man movie, he's in Peter Parker form. So most of Moon Knight, he's in Moon Knight. He's in Mark form.
I don't like a lot of Spider-Man movies. I didn't like any of the Tobey Maguire movies.
Really? What sort of insane cretin are you?
He was always taking his damn mask off.
Nobody liked the third one, but the other two were like phenomenal.
That's what the party line is, but no, I never really liked them.
Dude, how did you not like the Dr. Octopus episode?
Because Alfred Molina should not be shirtless under any circumstances. Also,
okay, well, there is that.
Doc Ock's whole plan of evil is hope the cops can't shoot well. He wasn't bulletproof. They took numerous shots at him and just completely missed. It was bullshit. It was silly. They could have just simply shot it differently. They could have blocked the scenes differently. So it's not on Alfred Molina. It's not on them. It was just, I don't know, it was poorly done. And as much as I liked Kirsten Dunst, I didn't like her as Mary Jane. I didn't like her as a person in those movies. Horrible, horrible. And Tobey Maguire, the only time he's ever played Spider-Man that I liked him was in Spider-Man No Way Home, where he was older. He was like the, elderly statesman Spider-Man. I liked that. Also, how many times did Spider-Man punch him in the face? One little flick of his finger would have his head explode.
Spider-Man is not a murderer. He doesn't want to explode people's heads.
Correct. Then they should have shown him punching Doc Ock in the face.
He pulled his punches, clearly.
I doubt that.
He's just trying to put him down. He wasn't trying to shatter his skull.
I think the people writing the action scenes just don't understand Spider-Man and his powers. Also, here's another thing. Andrew Garfield. His second movie was kind of shitty. I didn't like how they basically took all the mistakes from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans and compounded those and threw those in. But when I saw the very first movie with him, what was it, Amazing Spider-Man or whatever?
Yeah.
I loved it. I loved him. A lot of people said, oh, he's not Peter Parker. He's too cool. Peter Parker doesn't ride a skateboard. He's a nerd. Loved Andrew Garfield, and everybody hated him. But now, after No Way Home's come out, everybody's like starting to have like a little Andrew Garfield renaissance where, oh yeah, wow, he's really great. I said it all along.
I did not like his movies, but I did like him as Peter. I thought he, really brought the Peterness to him when he was the Peter Parker. In No Way Home, I thought he was the best part of No Way Home. Just because one of my favorite parts, they bring up earlier how like Gwen died and he couldn't stop it. And then they had that one quick scene where he saved MJ and they didn't rub it in your face. They didn't say, oh, look, now I've redeemed myself. None of that bullshit. It was just a quick thing. He saved her and he looked relieved for a second and then they just moved on with things. I liked that they didn't hold my hand through that part. The writers were clear that I was, intelligent enough to pick up on the fact that, hey, this is a big moment for him or anything like that. So I appreciate that in writing.
They did a great scene, and they did it with a little bit of subtlety, and that was good.
Yeah. For God's sake, subtlety. How does that even happen?
When he first showed up, and they're like throwing biscuits at him or whatever, wasn't that a funny scene? When he jumps up and puts his hand on the ceiling, wasn't that a great scene? Like his whole introduction was just awesome. He was so good. He is so good. Back on topic, Moon Knight. You were about to say good things about it, weren't you? I could tell.
Moon Knight. Good things about it. I loved the last episode that I just, I don't know, did I miss one? I don't know if one's come out in the last day or two. I've been working.
So the last thing you saw was the hippo, right?
Last thing I saw was the crazy hippo girl with the cutesy voice.
Okay, gotcha.
And I was extremely like, what the fuck is going on? So I guess I'm 1 or 2 behind on, or just 1 behind on. Yeah.
Well, without spoiling anything, I will say you have not missed any Moon Knight, although you did miss a shitload of Oscar Isaac.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty predictable. Yeah, he hasn't transformed very much at all.
Very much at all.
Yeah.
Have you seen a lot of the videos breaking down up to your episode that you've seen where they're saying, what if he's been in an insane asylum the whole time? Because they could totally go this way. And they point out like all the things they show, all the stuff that happens where they're like, from one perspective, it looks like he's been in there the entire time. Where like he shows up in that kind of rundown neighborhood and Harrow greets him and starts walking him around and introducing to everybody. And there's like that group of people sitting there watching the television screen like they do in asylums to get everybody all calm and chill. And he takes them to the lunch meal room and he starts like feeding them both, loading up their trays. They do that on the first day of in psychiatric wards as a way of showing, look, this food's not poison. I'm going to eat that. Credit to other people that I've watched for pointing all that crap out, though. These are not my ideas. But yeah, you can break it down where it's like so many things happen where it's intentionally been put in there to look like, oh yeah, this whole time. But I think it's a
smokescreen. What? Double bluff.
XK red double secret.
It's an XK red 27 technique.
Isn't that supposed to be secret?
You have no idea how secret.
I'm just enjoying that there's a Marvel show on that I'm not completely certain of exactly where the plot's going. The only other one they kind of did that in was Loki.
Legion, if you count Legion.
Oh, Legion, that's true. Yeah, Legion is so different, it's hard to really consider it a Marvel show. Loki, you kind of couldn't really guess where it was going till the end. WandaVision, people like to point out too as a favorite weird one, but that one started out so weird, but every episode it became more clear,
it became more mundane. All the fan theories were so much more interesting than what actually happened.
Yeah, and what you thought was going to happen was like, oh, well, maybe this is the thing, and you like to guess, and yeah, you were right pretty much every time in Vision. They went with like the most obvious answer to every mystery they had. And yeah, they started out with a bunch of cool mysteries, but yeah, okay, A, B, and C, here you go. That's the answers.
Yeah, they had infinite potential, and at every turn, every opportunity, they made it as mundane as possible. No Mephisto. Damn you, Mephisto.
So, I saw Batman.
Okay, good.
Okay, couple of things about Batman. I didn't like it.
You didn't like the movie as a whole?
I did not like the movie as a whole. Thumbs down. Part of the reason I think I don't like it, I saw it in the same week I saw Spider-Man No Way Home, and it's clearly worse than that. I had so much more fun watching Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, I mean, the Batman is not a fun movie. There's no fun.
Oh no, it dragged like a motherfucker. They could have cut an entire hour out of that movie and it would have been the same movie. Why did they have to film? I mean, edit! Just fucking edit! It was so long, and it didn't need to be that long, and it was a 3-hour movie, and it felt like a 4-hour movie. It just kept going, and oh my god. And second of all, the Battinson there, I don't like my Batman that emo. He's just way too emo. I feel like I could take him down. He's just that emo. I just, one quick shot to the nose, he'd start to cry. Then I'd like remind him of all the suffering in the world or something, and that would be it.
Whatever.
Or, you get him kind of depressed and kills himself.
So intense.
Oh yeah, well enjoy him while you still can.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I mean, even, like, I did not like Christian Bale as Batman either, and I did not like Affleck as Batman either, but even them had a distinct personality difference that was apparent when they were Bruce Wayne versus when they were Batman. And, no, it was just Pattinson in a mask. I mean, he was playing the same exact character.
This was a year or two into his career as Batman. He was young Bruce Wayne. He has not been hit with the point where he needs to make the Bruce Wayne persona, the facade, and get out there and like Tony Stark it up with a bunch of supermodels or whatever, that whole Bruce Wayne personality. He hasn't hit that point yet. So he's still just all, my parents are dead and I'm angry or whatever the fuck, he's all emo listening to Something in the Way by Nirvana. But yeah, I liked the take in that he was so damn antisocial and so tore up. I think that leaves room for growth. If they do somehow, I don't know if they will or not, but if they do make another movie and they make it kind of like a year 3 or a year 4, I mean, he didn't have any batarangs, really. I know that thing in his chest was supposed to have been a batarang. But yeah, I mean, he really didn't have much in the way of weapons. He had like a taser and a big adrenaline needle, which was really stupid because he pulled.
What the hell was that? Yeah, that just came out of nowhere. They never explained it. And that was he may have just pulled it out of a pocket labeled plot convenience. I assume it was supposed to be Bane juice or something, but where,
I think
when, how?
I think it was just adrenaline. I don't think it could have been bait.
Okay, second thing about that, the movie could not decide if he was bulletproof or not.
Yeah.
Like, and even if he was bulletproof, why didn't anybody shoot him in the face?
In the face!
He's right there.
Well, I mean, you could say that about Keaton too. Keaton's whole plan was to loom menacingly until the bad guys shot him, and then he'd fall down and play dead for 10 seconds, wait for them to turn their backs, and then stand up. He did that like 3 times in the movie. That was his
that was his move. He was
his
working
opening
on
move. Was that? Yeah. So they could have shot him in the face too. So you can't really get on him that much about that.
That's true. But still, I mean, half the time, I mean, he's just like walking into machine gun fire, and then when the plot calls for it, somebody shoots him, and boom, down he goes.
What about the car? The car was cool.
The car was cool. What the fuck was with that car chase?
You didn't like it?
Where he's chasing after the penguin? It was a cool car chase and all, and then like 9 people died in a fiery crash caused by Batman. And when he comes bursting through all the flames and like scattering the bodies in every direction, stops the car and gets out and strides menacingly towards the penguin. No! People dying back there, and it's your fault! Go fix that first! What's with the menacing stride?
I'll have to watch that scene again. I'm not certain that a bunch of civilians died.
There were so many people dead! Like 8 cars exploded!
I'm gonna have to watch it again. I bet if you slow it down, you remember the G.I. Joe cartoon where when a plane blew up and you'd see a parachute popping out? Yeah, I bet it was something like that.
One thing I have been binging, and I think I'm the only fan left of this show, but I love this show, Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah, you might be the only fan left.
I love that show, man. It's just so ridiculous. And every single episode, no matter how dumb the episode is, there's going to be something that cracks me up.
God damn it. I'm going to have to go back and start watching it again. I liked a lot of what they were doing, and it was in stark contrast to what the rest of the CW shows are doing in that. And that where they were going downhill, Legends of Tomorrow seemed to be always kind of improving. And
I think I know why, is because they constantly rotate their cast members. There's new people on every season and old people gone every season. There's, I think, like 2 people left from the original show.
Plus, not afraid to have a giant animated teddy bear like Kaiju Rick and shit. What is that? Was that Meebo? Whatever.
Yeah, Meepo or something. Yeah. That was amazing. And that show just really does not take itself seriously, and it just feels like the actors are all having an incredible amount of fun.
Yeah, and I think the other shows all take themselves seriously at times.
Yeah. Is anyone having fun on Batwoman? Is anyone having fun on Supergirl? I mean, this Legends just seems like it's just they're goofing around and somebody decided to film it. It's worth watching. I don't want to oversell it, but definitely a quality show.
Next topic, Rob. You speak really, really highly of Raised by Wolves, and your accolades for it have caused me to go back and try to watch season 2. I got maybe about 15 minutes into the first episode of season 2, and I had to stop watching. And I figured out what my problem is with it, why I can't watch it.
Why is that?
It's so fucking ugly. Everything's ugly. The haircuts are ugly. The worlds are ugly. The sets are ugly. The protagonist female, I don't need to have like a banging ass hot protagonist female, but in her case, she's so androgynous. She has like a concave chest. I need like a little bit of a chest.
She's a robot. Cut her a break. Somebody built her that way.
Robots should have big titties.
Machine gun jubblies?
That's like the fembots.
Robots built for a specific purpose, yes.
No, for any fucking purpose.
But if you're building a general utility robot of the female variety, you don't want large distracting things in your way while she's working.
Her androgynous brush cut hair, unattractive as it is actually the best haircut on the whole fucking show.
It really kind of is, yeah.
Yeah, so like whatever this future they're trying to show me, I find it so distasteful to watch that I can't watch the show. Sorry, that's just me. And am I missing out, Rob?
The father robot there, he's got a pretty smooth haircut. He's a pretty good looking dude. You know, I'd say he kind of sets the standard. I mean, there's nothing horribly wrong going on on his head, and he's a pretty, he's kind of a buff dude. So there you go.
He has a bigger chest than she does, so there's that. But I mean, Ragnar Lothbrok. Ragnar's got the bowl mullet.
The bowl mullet.
What is going on with the bowl mullet?
Speaking of the bowl mullet has made a second appearance. I discovered last week. Did anybody but me see the Halo premiere?
I refuse to watch it.
I had to watch it.
Apparently, it has this rich and storied backstory that accompanies the games. The little tiny bit that I've played it, I never got into any of that. So I don't know the rich backstory, but people who I watch on the internet just said it was such a complete crap in a box that I just refuse to watch it. It does not sound good.
In watching it, I did notice that there was a lot of that like modified bowl cut hairdo going on, and I figured it out. Basically, it's like if Billy Idol was a lesbian. That's the look.
I mean, technically, lesbians try to look like Billy Idol anyway, so they're kind of already there.
It's weird. It's like all spiky and weird up front. I don't know. There was a lot of that going on, and what I got to say about the Halo thing is they put a hell of a lot of money into this turd. I mean, the writing was just terrible. It just wasn't there. I couldn't believe people were saying these lines, and the acting was really good. I feel bad for the actors on this show. Several of the actors I was very impressed with, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they made her say that line.
The main guy that's Master Chief, which he shouldn't have been, he probably shouldn't have taken the role. That's Pablo Schreiber. That's Liev Schreiber's little brother. He's been in, hey Rob, he's been in The Wire. He was in The Wire.
Oh, he's in The Wire. Okay.
Yeah, I know Rob loves The Wire. No, but he's been in all kinds of things. He was in American Gods. He was the Leprechaun.
He was the Leprechaun. Oh, okay. Well, he only took off his helmet like for a couple of minutes. Oh, he was the Leprechaun. Oh, that's right.
How'd you do it? With panache.
My only real experience with the Halo universe, and this is technically not the Halo universe, but it's Red versus Blue from Rooster Teeth.
I love Red vs. Blue.
If they're going to make something live action, I would love it. I mean, I would hate it because they're going to fuck it up and I could do it so much better. But if they took Red vs. Blue and made that into live action, I think that'd be goddamn awesome. I think that'd be the most beautiful thing in the world. Or it would suck. I don't know.
That's really the way they should have gone, because it kind of seems like they just, shout out $50 million on something nobody's watching. So, but hey, at least they were brave and woke enough about it.
I mean, that's what they do. They throw a shitload of money at it because they think, why aren't the fans responding? We'll up the production value around our woke message, and that'll make them come.
And the show looked great, looked beautiful, except for the horrifying, Raised by Wolves haircuts.
And that'll do it for today's video, guys. Thanks for going on this journey with us. Let me know how you liked it in the comments section. And also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to our channel as we bring you more thoughtful and intriguing content in the future.